Greetings and blessed Thursday, St. Paul's. I come to you as I have returned jet-lagged from a cyber conference. As I mentioned yesterday, I was participating in a 3-day Nuevo Amanecer Episcopal Hispanic Ministries Conference. Normally, it takes place in Cayuga, North Carolina, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this year we were not able to meet face-to-face, but instead face-to-face over computer. As I've been reflecting on this experience, I realized that, as I said yesterday, I have been trying to go to this conference ever since it first started several years ago, but have been unable to because of my schedule being in conflict with the dates in which the conference has been scheduled. Even though there was a lot happening in my schedule this year, I was able to put aside 2.5 hours of the last 3 days to participate in the conversations and workshops that were held. So as I reflect on this experience even more, I realize that there's an important lesson to get from all the things that are happening right now in our time. There was a time, I remember, when people used to say that technology was from the devil and that the internet was the devil's instrument. Okay, maybe nobody who goes to St. Paul's would say that, but there were people out there in the world who used phrases like that. But your and my experience has been, over the last several weeks, that technology has become our friend. It has become a source of connection when we are far away from each other. It has become a source of us sharing in worship, sharing in prayer, sharing our hopes and dreams, our sorrows, all the different things that we have been able to do during this time. Even for those families who have loved ones in the hospital, the way in which they have been able to stay in touch with their loved ones who they cannot reach because they're not allowed into the hospital, is by making sure that they carry a phone or some other form of electronic communication with them when they go into the building of a hospital. So what used to seem as a devil's instrument can now be recognized as an instrument that God has taken and is using for our own edification and building of community. So even though sometimes we hear people proclaim things to be not good or evil or whatever we may want to call it, at the end of the day, it's all about how we choose to use it. So technology can still be bad. Let us recognize that. Technology is used by some people in very wrong ways. But the reality is that the things that humans have made and that God has created, both, can be either good or bad, depending on how we choose to use them. So I pray that in the same way in which we have learned how to use technology for building, for connecting, for worshiping, we'll also be careful about the ways in which it can be misused and call it out, make people hopefully change their ways, and hopefully all the different things and instruments that God continues to put in our way can be used for the continued development, growth, and unity of humanity as we seek to walk closer to each other and to God. Continued blessings on this Thursday, St. Paul's. I look forward to seeing you on this weekend on Facebook. But of course, there will be another message from me tomorrow, Friday. Blessings to you all.